Hello everybody and welcome to Virtual World's Real Stories. I'm on a mission to update my Pokédex and the hunt for this week's Pokémon has brought me to this muddy pond, as this is the ideal habitat where it can be found. So join me as we create our very own Pokédex entry and make sure to stick around to the end where I experience what it's actually like to be this Pokémon. I've left my bloody water bottle at home. I mean, it can't be that dirty, can it? This week, it's Mudkip. Listed as number 258 in the National Pokédex, it first appeared in the Ruby Sapphire Emerald series and is one of the starter Pokémon of the Hoenn region. To register its image in the Pokédex, I'm going to create one of these models designed by the wonderful team over at Paperpokes. And whilst I'm getting on with that, and questioning how thirsty I actually am, let's see how Mudkip got its name. Mudkip could be a shortened version of Mudskipper, one of its real-world influences, but even here it can be broken down further into mud and kip. Mud is an English word, borrowed from the Middle Dutch mod, whose derivation can be traced back to the Northern Sami word moddy. The dictionary defines mud quite simply as a mixture of water and soil or fine-grained sediment. Skip is an English word from the Middle English skippen, ultimately from the Proto-Germanic skupjana, meaning to mock, which is related to the Icelandic skoppa, meaning to take a run. The dictionary defines skip as to move by hopping on alternate feet and to leap about lightly. Moddy, skoppa, Mudkip. As I attempt to pronounce its Japanese name, I can only apologise for any butchered pronunciation. Its Japanese name, Mitsugoru, is a combination of Mitsu, meaning water, and Mutsugoru, meaning mudskipper. Mudkip is classified as the mudfish Pokémon, even though it's not technically a fish, but we're just splitting hairs here. And this is what Mudkip looks like. As you can see, quite a small Pokémon overall. It has this royal blue coloration to its skin because it's a water type, and a slightly paler blue on its underbelly, chin and tail. It has 4 legs and a short body, and on top is this very large head with a wide gaping mouth. These 2 little black eyes. On top of its head is this elongated fin. On either cheek are these bright orange gills to help it breathe underwater. And on the back is this giant pale blue tail which helps to act as a rudder when it's swimming. Now we've got all those registered, let's take a look at the real-world inspirations behind Mudkip's design. I mean, you drink this, right? Right?
Mudkip, apart from being the focus of a successful meme a decade ago, has a design based on aspects and parts from several different aquatic animals. One such creature is the Mudskipper. Native to tropical, subtropical and temperate regions, these fish have the unique ability to survive on land, being able to breathe through their skin in a process known as cutaneous respiration. As long as they're moist, they'll keep on going. They are also in possession of highly developed side pectoral fins, giving them the ability to actually walk or skip across the mud. So make sure you don't litter in the rivers, kids, or you'll get one of these knocking on your door. Another animal that Mudkip's design draws upon is the axolotl. Also known as the Mexican walking fish, they were originally found, unsurprisingly, in several lakes around Lake Xochimilco in Mexico City. They aren't, surprisingly, fish, instead being classified as a salamander. They are unusual amongst other amphibians, such as frogs, caecilians and other salamanders, as they reach adulthood without undergoing any metamorphosis, remaining the same as when they're born and never developing lungs and taken to the land, a process known as neoteny, which sounds a lot better than just calling it immature to its face. Finally, I had a bone to pick with Mudkip's classification as a mudfish Pokémon, but that may in part be inspired by the gilled lungfish, named because these fish have lungs. Tending to make their habitat in mudbeds on river floors, these air-gulping fish are also known to have voracious appetites, even being observed to eat their own species when hungry. With all of these inspirations, Mudkip is starting to sound more and more unhinged as we go along. So, with a veritable cornucopia of inspirations to draw from, what is it that makes up a Mudkip? We've got the Mudskipper's name and mud-dwelling nature, the axolotl's legs, gills and long tail, and the gilled lungfish's classification as a mudfish. With all that combined, we've got a Mudkip. You like? Now we know why it is the way it is, let's see what else about it we can learn. Water.
Mudkip stands in at 1 foot 4 inches, approximately 0.4 meters, or the height of this pile of mud. Mudkip weighs in at 16.8 pounds, around 7.6 kilos, or maybe this pile of mud, there was a lot to carry. Quite a stumpy little footprint with a wide sole and 3 tiny toes sticking out at the front. It's time to see how Mudkip acts out in the wild, and the best way to do that is to do as the Pokemon do. Mudkip's Pokédex entry says that it likes to rest by covering itself in mud. So I'm going to rest by covering myself in mud. Let's go and make some mud. So just mixing up some standard mud and some standard water right now. This will seem like a really banal challenge, just covering myself in mud, but I personally hate dried mud. I used to play rugby when I was in high school, I mean, can't you tell? And my hands would get covered in mud, and I used to have to put my hands back in the dirt to keep them moist, because I just cannot stand the feeling of dried mud, dried paint, dried sand sticking to your feet. It's like nails on a chalkboard. So to cover myself in mud and then to just allow it to dry, it's gonna be fucking rank.
What a brave man you are.
I know. Where's my medal?
Stay tuned for more things that Scott doesn't like.
Welcome to my online journal of pet peeves and hates. Look at the tan lines. When we're wearing shorts out. I say tan lines, it's this little bit. That's going to be f***ing freezing, isn't it? What are you doing? You absolute. Go ahead. don't get joy out of this, Lee. What else needs to be? There's a certain movement you're doing that is just it's like you know that cat that knocks the glass off the table. They're like, stop it, and it goes. It's like
You need it on your neck.
If I don't know what it's like to be Mudkip, at least I know what it's like to be Arnie in Predator. So now I rest. It's amazing when you're sitting in an armchair and all you've got is to look at a hedge covered in mud. You have to question life's choices. Could we speak to you outside?
I'm working.
We know you murdered Wyatt. Okay, so that's adequate enough time for the mud to have dried on my body. And this is absolutely, this is grim. I'm really trying not to move my fingers at all. Because I hate the feeling. Okay, let me try and get it. Oh my god, this is horrible. Oh my god, I can feel it all cracking on my skin. Actually, this is really hard because it's rank. Oh, my toes. My hands. I can feel it. I can feel it cracking. Oh, hang on, I've got touch my fingertips.
Ah.
Oh my god.
Do you feel like you are closer to the Pokemon? Do you feel like you're at one with Mudkip?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, at least I know what it's like to be a Mudkip, and it's f***ing rank.
Ah!
I really shouldn't have done this. Okay. Can I use your shower?
No.
Well, how am I supposed to get this off? Don't, hang
Don't
on.
run from me, Scott.
Hang
Don't
on.
run from me.
Let's frame it right. Let's frame it right, Leanne, you nutter. Give it a test on there.
Closer.
Give it a test. Yeah.
Now we've got the raw data compiled, let's see what it does to our page. And that's Mudkip's Pokédex entry completed. Let's just take a quick read of what its biography says. It rests by covering itself with mud at the bottom of a river. If it is faced with a tight situation in battle, this Pokemon will unleash its amazing power. It can crush rocks bigger than itself. I think I'd be able to do that, if my hands weren't covered in mud at the time.
And that is another Pokédex entry updated. Thank you so much for joining me. Is there anything new that you've learned? Is there anything that I've missed out? And do you get as freaked out as I do, covered in dried mud? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and make sure to stick around because this adventure is far from over. But for now, my friends, luck and more to you all, and catch you next time. I mean, one sip can't hurt, surely. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Balls here. Are you kidding me? So there's just been some balls that have just appeared. Hey folks. I mean, like, I'm just filming a video and here they are. Amazing. Okay, there's more of them coming.